Hello everyone. If you are new, my name is Marin. Welcome. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I had a couple of requests to go through my word work bins and kind of show what activities I've got in there, how I differentiate, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do in this video rather than a day in my life, week in my life, that kind of thing. So it is like 8:56. I have a couple of things to do this morning, so I will film this video later on today on my plan time, but that's what I'm going to do for you. I will show you the word work bins, the activities. I will link everything down below so that you can find it in case you are interested in checking them out yourselves. So let's go ahead and get to that. Okay, so first of all, I just wanted to show you my setup for my word work bins. So I do have them organized by color here, and then there are more of them down here. The way that this works is I have put my students into a group which is designated by an insect. I have this up here so you can't see their names, but basically each student has a color-coded dot next to them so that they know that that is the color bin that they are working through, because each of the colors matches the small group color. So if they have a blue dot, they're in my blue group, which is my second to highest group. Green and purple groups are working on sight words, and my yellow group is still working on letters. So we have the bumblebees, butterflies, we have dragonflies, and ladybugs. So that is their group, and then their color is the bin. So now I will take you through the bins and show you the activities and what the students do with them. So here we go. Okay, so again, each bin just looks like this. It has a dot sticker on either end, and then the students open it up. So I'm just going to kind of go through these kind of quickly. So the first bin is just a lowercase letter matching activity. Again, this is yellow group. This is my students who still need their letter names. So they have a set of letter magnets, and then they have two different activities to work with this on. So that's the first bin. That came from Tara West. As I said earlier, I will link everything below, but that one is from Tara West. The next bin is two alphabet puzzles. So the first one is a little bit more challenging. So it's a snake with the letter. When you lift the letter out, it has the letter underneath, so they're just matching. And then same thing with this one. This one is actual letters that they place in the slots in the different designs. So it looks like this. Oops, the Z fell out. So like this. I got this one off Amazon, I think, but this one was like in the Target dollar spot one year, so that's where I got that one. Obviously, I don't know if that's still available, but probably any alphabet puzzle would do for that. The next activity involves Play-Doh. So in the bin, they have a thing of Play-Doh, and then they have all of the uppercase letters, so they can make them with the Play-Doh by rolling and things like that. So every single capital letter is in here for them to build. So that's another activity. And then the final one for this group is one that I made myself. So I gave them just an alphabet chart, and then I picked up these letter magnets from Target. So there's like all the different letters, and then they clip them onto the alphabet strip. So again, it's just matching, and then they put the alphabet strip in order using the chart, because I did chunk them to fit them into the bin. So that is the other activity for those students. So those are all of my letter naming activities, and I tell them that they need to make sure they're picking a different activity each day. I would say they get to the word workstation every other day, because there are 5 stations. So I do their Blue Robot, which is their Imagine Language and Literacy. There's a reading station, reading from their book box, reading on Epic, and then book shopping. Those are their options depending on the day of the week. There is a writing station and a word workstation. So I said 5. There's only 4. I don't know why I said 5. 4 stations. So because there's 4 stations and we only do 3 rotations each day, they don't get to each station every day, but they do get to it every other day. So that is the first group of bins. I'll go grab the next one. So these next 2 groups are both working on sight words. This group has not been working on them as long. The next group, which you can see right there, have been working on them for a while and they still don't know them, although we're close. We're so close, y'all. So what they do for word work, both of these groups have a Play-Doh stamping station. So like you have the letters, stamps, and they are using those stamps in Play-Doh to stamp out their sight words. So I wrote the sight words just out on index cards. Quick and easy, y'all. So you can R, A, C, the, A, I think that might have been, yeah, that's an extra one. Me, and, is, so some of these have gotten mixed up. I, and then I added 3 new ones that we've been working on whole group. So I added when, them, and some, because these showed up on their Galileo assessment. And because our curriculum does not introduce those words until they are in a Being a Reader set, and even then, some of them aren't even introduced until like set 3, they missed those sight word questions. So next year we're going to start out introducing those earlier, basically. So that is what we've got for this one. And this activity is exactly the same as the activity in this bin right here. So again, stamping out the words in Play-Doh using the words on the cards. So that's that one. The next activity is just different sight word activities. So some of these my students have started, but so rainbow writing the word, finding the word, and I keep these in a folder. It is color coded to the group. So this is just something that they can work on if they would like to do that. I need to add some more activities in here, but they have crayons to do that with. And there's supposed to be a pencil in here that has, oh, there it is. I was gonna say that has grown legs, but no, it's right here. So that's that bin. And they do actually like these activities, so that's good. But yeah, so that's that one. Again, there is the same thing in the second one right here. So worksheets with the different words. The next one is magnetic letters. So just magnetic letters here, and then they build the words on this metal board. This is where the rest of these go. But again, just sight words on the cards for them to build. They like this one a lot. And then the last one, which has not gotten a lot of use, so I'm probably going to swap it out for next year, but we're gonna keep it for this year. But again, the cards for them to spell out the words. And then this one is different letter tiles, like cubes like this, that they can build the words with. So I will give you an example. So one of the words is can, so they would build C-A-N with the word. So that's another one. They don't like this one quite as much, but I do see kids playing with it every once in a while. So those are the bins for my green group. And then we'll move right into purple and talk about the 2 that I have not already talked about. So again, these sight word cards are color coded so that they know like which cards go with which group, because blue group and red group have more sight words, obviously, because they are in the Being a Reader set. So they're learning like more of these words down here. So I've added those. But this is purple group. This is another magnetic letter one. So it has the board again, it's got magnetic letters. It has the marker and eraser because they can write the words just on the board as well as spell them out. I did not have enough boards to put one of those in the green bin, but I am going to do that because I ordered some new ones, so I can add that in there. I'm going to do that next week. So that is one purple bin. And then this last one they really enjoy. So again, we have our sight word cards, but these are letter puzzles. So they spell the words out with these tiles. The hardest thing with this one has been getting them not to just build things with this one, because that's what they want to naturally do. So this one took a lot of like reinforcing and going back over expectations. So I will show you one of the words. Okay, so one of their words is we, so they would take the W and they would take the E and they would put them together to spell we. So this one I like because these are capitals, but I've written the words in lowercase. So it kind of makes them think a little bit about which capital goes with which lowercase too. So that is another purple bin activity. Again, both the green and purple groups are working on their first 11 sight words. So those are those activities. And now I will grab the bins that go with my 2 highest groups, and we'll talk about those. First, we will start with blue group. This is my group that is in set 1 of being a reader. So they have a bunch of sight words that they are working on. So their cards include the first 11 words and the words that go like with their set. So like that one's down, yes, that kind of thing. So just like with the other ones, I did give them like a stamping activity with Play-Doh. These are a little bit trickier because they're double-sided. So I did give this to the higher group because it's a little bit harder to use, but they just stamp them with Play-Doh, same thing. I just saw a piece down here. Let me grab it. And the next one is also from Terra West. This is a Terra West activity, again, linked below. But basically this pack includes a bunch of different reading centers. So this one focuses on beginning sounds. They use the colored tiles to match the sound. So like if it starts with the letter A, like, let's see, ant, axe, that kind of thing, they would put a red little circle on it. So that's this one. There's a few different ones of these to do. They like that one. Obviously, I can't check to make sure they're getting it correct, but I have seen a few of them like really saying the word, really thinking about the first sound, which is good. So that's that one. Again, there is a folder with some activities in there along with crayons. I also need to restock that one because they finished it. And then the last one is one that I borrowed from a team teacher. This one's not finished, but I will show you a blank one first, and then I will show you kind of what it looks like. So again, we have the word cards. This one has markers, so all of the different markers, because what they're doing is they are rainbow writing their sight word. So they take a card, and they write the all the way across in red in the first one. Then they pull another card. This one's where. They would write where in orange on the second one. So I will show you. These are all blank. I need to go through and kind of clean this out and probably make a few more copies. So here's one. Oh, where did it go? There it is. So you can see they did the, you, and the yellow one is get. It's kind of hard to read, but this is what she was working on. So I tell them that if they don't finish, they just put it right back in the bin because they're the only group using this. So I just tell them to leave it in there until it's finished, and then they turn it in. So some of this we're gonna clean up a little bit. So that one's done. Yeah, so that's where we are with that one. So again, that's blue group. That is my second to highest group. They like the rainbow writing one a lot. I was kind of surprised. So yeah, blue group, and then we'll look at red group. Last but not least is my red group, which is my highest group. I have 2 students currently in this group. They are in set 2 of being a reader. So again, we have the Play-Doh stamping activity because I wanted to give all of the kids a Play-Doh activity. This has their words, which are a little bit harder. So it has the first 11, all of blue group's words, and then all of the set 2 words. So Play-Doh, the stamps. This one is their favorite. So that's that one. The next one, again, comes from Tara West. This one has CVC words. So they look at the picture and they write it with their dry erase marker down below. It needs to be cleaned up a tiny bit, so we'll just do some erasing. Now, these did come in the same pack as the beginning sounds, ones that I just showed you with the little colored tiles. So they're all in the same thing. Sorry if you can hear that thumping. It must be brain break time upstairs. But yeah, so that's another one for my highest group. Again, we have some pencil and paper activities. So this has got one of their words that we were working on. So was, and again, this is also Tara West? Yep, also Tara West. So that's that. One friend's already done that paper. The other one needs to finish it. And then last of all, we have some CVC word building words. So it tells them what letters to use and it gives them a picture. So they know what letters to pull out and do here. But in case they don't want to do these, they can just spell the sight words on the magnetic board. So that's the other option. This is another one that I need to add a whiteboard to since I bought those new ones. But yeah, so those are it. Those are the activities that I have. I have swapped some of them in and out. I have revamped how word work works, if you will. I used to use like the 10 drawer cart and just would have them take the whole drawer out, but that was a nightmare. I don't know how y'all manage that because mine could not handle that. We couldn't get the drawers back in. They were getting everything mixed up in the different drawers. This is much easier because they just take this bin to their seat. They work on the activity. When it's time to clean up, they put everything back in and then they carry the bin back to the stack, and that's worked a lot better for us. So just throwing that out there. I did order these Sterilite bins on Amazon. Another teacher in the grade level had this same thing and had the same setup. She had hers differentiated as well. And I was like, that is a very good idea. So this was not my idea. I took this from a teammate and it's worked so much better, y'all. I cannot even stress how much better it's worked, but they really enjoy this. It makes them pretty self-sufficient, independent, pretty easy to clean up because although there are a lot of stamps and things, they do have to leave the stamps in the bin and they can put the Play-Doh on the table, but they've got to leave the stamps in here so that it's easier to manage. Same things with the puzzle tiles, anything like that. They have to leave that in the bin, but they can take the other stuff out because that way it doesn't get all over the place. But yeah, that is it, y'all. That is how I do my word work bins and the activities that are inside of them. So hopefully you found this helpful, enjoyable, whatever you want to say. But yeah, if you have any questions about any of this, please let me know below. I'm happy to answer them. Again, this was not my idea. I just saw a teammate doing it, loved it, and that's what we're doing, and it's worked really well. The other thing is, even if I were to change grade levels, this system could totally stay the same. So If you want to see anything else in my classroom, please let me know. I'm happy to show that as well. I know this wasn't our normal teaching video, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to see more from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.